Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Moken friends. Good morning, yada, 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 blase, blase. I think this is the earliest I have recorded in a year because when when I had Kai on, she's from the UK, and I think I had to wake up like at 5 or 6 in the morning to just have it a regular schedule. It's crazy. But I am tired. I'm tired because I'm not feeling well. I little congestion, but I don't know my um if my blood pressure is high as fuck. Sorry, I gotta keep sneezing. Whew. But I don't know if my blood pressure is high as fuck. I feel like there's a lag on here. I'm sorry, but I've been having these crazy dizzy spells, like bad, and it's fucking weird. Before this show started, it was to the point where I was standing up and I was just and it feels weird. It's hard to explain. Like it feels like one of those dizzy spells that like not that I get dizzy and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot walk. But more so I get dizzy like, oh, I'm about to pass out. And it's weird. It's a relaxing type of dizziness, but it's also creepy. If that makes any sense. I don't know. But welcome to the show. I don't really have nothing planned that much today. Um I'm looking at the playback and I see the lag, so it's kind of bothering me. But I just kind of want to get here, talk the shit, shoot the shit. And there's one thing um Neil deGrasse Tyson said. Excuse me. He said the world or the universe isn't obligated to make sense to you. That says a lot. 'Cause it's true. There's a lot of things in the universe that doesn't make sense, and it's not obligated to us. Universe has no obligation to us to make sense and prove whatever is whatever. So I always took that, and I felt if the universe is obligated to make sense to us, then the world isn't obligated to care. Whatever do you mean, Moke? The world isn't obligated to care. And before we, get started, just want to say shout out to Penmanship. Go to penmanshipclothing.com, enter Moke20, get 20% off of your order. Buy something for your girl, your dude, your uncle, your kid, your auntie, your grandma, your grandpa, your dad, your mom, your stepdad, your stepmom, half brother, half sister, great greats, all of that. Tell your boy Moke sent you. Summer apparel is on fleek. I always I shout out Muggsy, shout out Wallaby, because he keeps me laced up. But I never unless it's my Sunday pod, I never schedule these solo pods. It just if I just feel like gracing the good old microphone. So I always forget to rock some penmanship shit, you know. But he got some shit, boy. He got some shit, and it's crazy because just I've been to the penmanship warehouse, and it's a beautiful thing. Like they're fully stocked. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you order something and then he has to go to some third party company to get the shit made and it's gonna come to you like 10 business days. Like, no, it's there. Shit's there. It's like a store there. You know what I'm saying? I went over there, I kicked it with him, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. It's a very beautiful thing over there at Penmanship what they're doing. So shout out him, man. And I know that Sales has been up. He's been doing his thing. He's doing very well. So shout out Muggsy, man. Always keeps me laced up to the T. Um, go follow me on IG, Moke and Friends Podcast. If you do follow the Moke and Friends with the Z, that page is gone. The gods of Instagram, we're not fucking with it. The last straw was me telling Cardi B to shut up, bitch, and I really apologize for that. I was on a high horse. I was feeling myself, but what's done is done. Anyway, so do that. So you may ask, what is Mocha going to talk about? I'm going to talk about Ro. I'm going to talk about Ro. Now, I was just going through some videos and stuff, and this video, is this? Yeah, this video that I'm going to show is one of my favorite videos because I felt like she answered and responded and said yeah, but this video was also done on 4/20/2016, the day that she passed. This was my last video of her. So let me pull it up. Promise you I won't cry. So man, they got a lot of new features on here. I gotta test this shit out. Let me text Moses and tell him real quick. Let me just wait out the show. Okay. Let's see what we got going. Let's see. Ready? It's one of my fave Ro videos. Look at those eyes, boy. Beautiful blue eyes. Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay, just making sure it's playing on both sides.
What you doing? Is you eating Cheerios?
See, that's so beautiful. Let's have some Cheerios.
Show the world you busted your lip today. Yeah.
Look, she responded.
Did it hurt? No.
And then she said, duh.
You say duh to me, little girl?
Yeah, let me run that back real quick.
Did you live today?
I don't know if it's coincidence. Is that a coincidence?
Did you live today? Yeah. Did it hurt? No. Duh. You say duh to me, little girl? Where's the puppy? Good.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, there's times I try to excuse me, whew, doing the most. There's times I try to There's times I try to escape these videos, escape these feelings. And I say that because no matter how I feel, people aren't going to understand. Like, I feel like nobody really understands what you go through or what you feel unless they've been through it. You know what I mean? I used to tell Rose's mom all the time that after I lost her, because remind you, she had, Ro was her first kid, and I already Ro was her first kid, and I already had kids, And I remember telling her that it's hard to continue to wanting to be. Sorry if my grandma's all fucked up this morning. I can't talk, but it is hard to continue to wanting to be a parent. I don't know if I said that right, but it's hard to still want to be a parent after you lose a child. And she would I'm using words loosely, you know what I mean? Because I'm not here to shit on nobody, but she would criticize me, and that's probably not the word I'm looking for. But she didn't understand, and she was like, how, and yada yada yada. We used to go to Christie Centers on the Monday. Shout out Christie Center, man. That place, it was dope because it was a place for grief, you know, for people who lost kids, who lost spouses, you know, parents. And so they broke everybody up into these groups. I was always in the women's group. They had the male group, but I was raised by women, so it was easier for me to identify with the women. And it sucks, but we were the youngest people in this group. And I remember there's this black lady, her daughter, rest in peace, she was killed by a drunk driver. And just there's some situations that some of these other parents went through that I couldn't imagine. So it's all just so crazy because we're there for the same thing, but it's different stipulations. And this lady was saying how her daughter got killed by a drunk driver, but the nigga who was drunk got out on bail. I guess he was like a D boy or something, and so they had to see this nigga in court every time there was a court date, and he would leave free because he wasn't, he was out on bail, but the lawyers were doing the shenanigans where stuff don't be ready. They're pushing the court date back. So I can understand, like, for a parent, that has to be tough. And we go around in circles, and I remember it was her turn, and she said it was hard for me to continue. Like, she literally said it was hard for me to continue being a parent. And I remember, like, Chelsea looked at me, and she in the middle of the group, and I commend her. She was like, "Yo, I've been on this guy because he's been saying that, and I never understood it. But it's crazy. It's crazy because people never understand what nobody's trying to say until somebody else says it. It's weird, but." She said, he's been saying this, and I it never clicked to me how he meant it, and now it does. And that, from that, it felt good. And just me just trying to build myself up, and be able to be a parent again. And I will say, man, as the years go on, and there's times that I try to lie to myself and say, like, yo, you're not gonna remember it this year. It's just gonna be a vague memory. Because at point in times, that's what I was trying to do. Like, I found my bearings when I was in the islands, but I went through a lot. I went through a lot of, like, sorry. Excuse me. I went through a lot of shit. There was times where I was just gonna try to forget her. Just forget that she existed. I was up on all of that because I didn't know how to handle it. It's hard to handle something in the world when you're young, because like the grief groups, the grief groups in the islands. Every person in that group, and I've said this before, was like 50 and up. You know what I mean? All their kids were like died as to violence. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of their kids died to a lot of their kids died when they were like 15 and up, you know? And that always shocked me because it's a weird spectrum because when you lose a child who's a teenager or an adult, you have all those memories, you know what I'm saying? All the everything that y'all done, you know? And for me, it sucked because I, you had these weird thoughts, these weird compromising thoughts, and I would always be like, "Yo, if I had to lose my kid, I'd rather lose them while they were older, just so I can have memories." Because for me, it sucks because I have all these wish memories. Like I wish I would have known how she would have looked like. I wish I would have known how she would have walked and all types of stuff, you know. I'm drinking apple soda. HEB brand. I love HEB brand type stuff. If it's one thing I'm a fan of, I'm a fan of HEB. Like I love HEB brand stuff. I love the HEB brand chips better than like the Doritos and all that, Lay's and all that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So it sucked because as I said before, like as years go on, the only I only have 9 months worth of pictures of for Ro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't I don't have every single month, but it stops at 8 months because she died a day before she was 9 months. And that's why a lot of people are like, yo, it could be SIDS, whatever, but it wasn't. But I it's hard because I try not to deal with it because there's so much fucking shit going on in life that as a man, because it's the grief spectrum is different from guy to girl. Like let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if I sat around and I was just really just how I felt all the time, like it would be like, yo, people plenty of times people told me before, yo, get over it, get over it, get over it. You know, you'll get over it, man, blah, blah. It's not gonna be forever. People have told me that. People have told me that. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because that's the one thing that I remember is when people were telling me that. And I'm not holding it against nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just how people, I don't fault because people speak the way they speak. Some people might have said that and didn't mean it like that. There's some people who don't know how to talk about things like that. My best friend Will, he doesn't know how to talk to me about grief and all that stuff. So if he tells me something, it might just be something blunt. I'm not gonna. I mean, he's never told me to get over it, but I'm not gonna hold it against him. I'm not. Yes, I may feel a type of way of somebody telling me something, but at the end of the day, I know it is what it is. I know that I can't sulk and cry all day. I can't. I can't. The world may say yes, you can, but I can't. People would treat me different, yada yada yada. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in this realm where I don't hide my feelings, but I do suppress them if that's different. Like I'll let somebody know how I feel, but like you could look at me right now and we could be talking and I could be like, yo, I feel like so depressed and yada yada yada. And then like maybe I could feel weird for telling you that. I can feel weird for telling you that because I am a I I try to be a defensive thinker, but not to the point where it's just like fucking weird. I try to be on the defense of like, hey, if I tell you this, you may think I need to coddle this nigga. And so when I start feeling like that, then me telling you 5 minutes ago how depressed I am, and then you ask me again, I'm just saying I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like I might be okay, or I might be lying to myself to tell myself I'm okay. But the thing about it is, if I never expect much, like for like if you haven't been through it, like I'm not expecting you to fully understand, to fully get it, and I hope that you don't, you know what I mean, because I don't want anybody to ever have to understand because they went through it. No, I don't want people to have to bury their child before them and all that. But I feel that the best thing for me is I posted. Oh, Stink got him, man. Stink is fucking up my screen. Oh, I thought that was Stink. I thought she like on my phone. I got this little screen protector, and you see like little stink marks on it. This one right here. This one right here. I thought there was one at the bottom, but it was some shmoo. But I got to quick get on track because I keep forget what I'm talking about. But I it sucks because I'm going through this life, and I'm realizing there was a lady. There was a lady in the grief group. Like the first time I went, she was, and this scared me, and it hurt my heart. She was at least like 60, 70. Beautiful, nice little old white lady. Why are you saying the race smoke? I don't know. But nice lady. Torn up, heartbroken. And so she's in the grief, the child grieving group with us. Go around here a story, and like she can barely talk. Like she's just crying. I'm like, God, bruh. So come to find out, it's like, all right, her kid was like, I think like 20 or 30 when they died. I think in the 30s. But the kid, that her child was also has been dead for like maybe like 15 plus years. And like that was, like her best friend, all that. And that scared me because when me being young and thinking about that, you think that, like after so many years, you're not gonna think about it. And I look at her and I'm like, yo, she's still grieving 15 years, like she can't even talk, and she was talking about her husband and how it messed up their marriage because her husband, he did what I feel like what most men try to do. You really just try to move on. You really just try to get over it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in society, that's how people want guys. I feel like, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I mean, in the chat, we can go. Y'all can say some things, if y'all feel that's right or not. But I feel as a society, men can't be hurt that long because it's weird. Like it's not a sign of weakness, but I feel like when you're like that for so long, they look at you as weak. They look at you as weak. Like motherfuckers will be rude, be whatever to you about you grieving. I take rude back. I don't think people are necessarily rude, but I know I had to reevaluate myself sometimes when I had friends who'd be like, "Yo, my mom died, yada yada yada," and I didn't know that feeling because thank God my parents are still here, and I would just be, "Oh man, like dang, sucks, yada yada yada," and a lot of times you don't know what to say. I talked to parents who lost their child like a week or two after mine, and I didn't even know what to say. It's just something you don't know what to say. But I feel like as a man, you know, people are harder on men, and then once that guy gets fed up or he commits suicide or does some shit, then everybody's like, what's that little Pikachu meme? The everybody's like that, but I'm like, people will literally push a nigga to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I say I'm happy that I do have a good support team. I do have family and people who love me that are willing to listen to me, because there was a point in time where I it was hard because I was always the happy guy. I was always the guy who uplifted everybody, all that. And so nobody knew how to handle the guy who's normally happy, the guy who's normally positive. Nobody knew how to handle that. But now, 6-7 years later, now I'm the guy who's normally depressed, and nobody knows how to handle that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always it's weird for guys. I mean, nobody will talk about that. Everybody will say otherwise, but as a guy who's living in it, yeah, it's a little bit harder. And I'm by far not trying to compare, because I don't think you can't compare. You can't compare a person's grief or whatever, but you can't tell a person, yo, grieve, and then treat them otherwise. Right? And now that I'm not even necessarily saying for me, but I've personally seen people trying to grieve, and people still treat them like shit. Like it is a very delicate thing. That's why I try to just hold on and be happy as long as I can. I try to be positive because and I say that a lot, but you're not realizing that sometimes, yo, you're up here. Mean up here, like, yo, like there's times, you know, like I said, when I was in the island, I went as far being depressed, putting the rope around my neck, about to hang myself. And the only thing that stopped me was is New Year's was about 2-3 days away, and my brother was getting out of jail on New Year's, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't have a nigga be up on a high horse, come out of jail to your brother committed suicide. That'd be fucking wild. I'm just rambling. Sorry. As always, I'm all over the place like bird shit. Just want to play another. See if I got another roll video. We got another roll video. Let's see. Hold it on. Hold this roll. And you know what's crazy is I wish I had like a better camera back in the day, but as I beat.
You trying to pull yourself to freedom? Can you say hi? Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, what's
Big old head.
Look at your big head.
Oh, man. So next week on Saturday, July 23rd, is road day. 7 years. 7 years old. She didn't even make it to one, but she'll be 7. On the 19th, Stink will be 9 months. I'm excited about that. Why am I excited about that, you ask? Well, because Stink didn't she Stink Road died before she was 9 months. And so for me that's a milestone. And so I'm gonna celebrate it. Whether it be just me, her, and her mom just doing something, or whether me just singing a few happy 9 months to her or something. I don't know. But it's just a milestone. I spoke about milestone trauma, and that's the sucky and beautiful thing is that for Stink's age, every year, it's like people don't realize, but it's like it's a lot because I'm always thinking about what happened, and so I'm always wondering, like, I'm overprotective of Stink, and I. I'm overprotective of Stink with everybody. Like I try to tell my girl, like, yo, even if Jesus was right here, I would still be overprotective. Like that's just how I am. It's nothing against anybody. It's how I'm wired. You know what I mean? Because the I don't want to say letting the my guard down, but my daughter died in the hands of somebody else. So you're just overprotective all the time as a parent. And honestly, even when I talk about my kids at work and with friends, people, I always used to back in the gap would tell people about my daughter that passed away. Now I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I do sometimes if I feel like people aren't understanding, because people are real quick to not fucking understand you. People are real quick to try to judge you on some shit. And then I gotta be like, well, I'm like this because I'm like this. And then this is what I hate when I get the, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I don't tell these things to start these things, but it's, I've been 7 years, I've been rewiring my mind. And it's coming along slowly but surely. But that's just what it is. And 7 years later, I got my CDL permit. You know what I mean? 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna have my CDL license. And I'm trying to be a better me than I been. These past 6-7 years was rough. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know whether I'd be waking up tomorrow. I didn't, you know what I mean? I had so many plans to leave this earth, you know? But that's something people don't want to talk about. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna get into that. But anyway, man, I thank y'all for being here. Oh, yo, shout out my girl, man. My dreads is on piss, all right. I don't know if you can even see them. Just the light. Just the light. Cause you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Moke and friends, yo, thank y'all for being here. Remember Go to penmanshipclothing.com, NMO20. Get 20% for your purchase. Go follow me on IG. And remember, if there is somebody that is going through some stuff, that's maybe has lost a person or anything, and shout out my cousin Margaret, man, because she's doing her thing too. You know what I'm saying? She lost her fiance about a month or two before the wedding. You know what I'm saying? So she's been doing her thing. She's been doing travel therapy, self care, and she has a YouTube channel and Facebook. Go to Margaret Wallace. You know what I'm saying? She's on there. You can probably find her on my friends list or on my page. We've done a few pods together. But thank you everybody for watching, man. Tell your people you love them. Let's be patient with each other, and let's just make it, because we don't know what people are going through. So it don't take much to be it don't take much to be nice. I went down a rabbit hole watching just like mean people, and I was like, yo, the world, like, a lot of people are just genuinely mean for no reason, and then they're always mean until they get punched in the face. Then it's like, ah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm out of here, man. I love all y'all, man. Shout out my mom. I love you, mom, and my aunt Jaima. I love you. My girl love you. Moses love y'all. Groxes, all that shit. My brother, kids, nieces, nephews, blase, blase, blase.